Hello, everyone. So, today I thought we would do a really nice casual mobility session to open up the hips. Very good for all of you athletes, usually very tight in the hip area, hips, glutes, hip flexors. And I mean, just look at this. Look at this amazing view. I am in Thailand right now, so it's incredible apart from all of the mosquito bites that I have. So, yeah, please try and ignore those. Right, so this is going to be like a little follow along. You can, I'm only going to go through it once, but you can, of course, replay the video. There are 4 hip opening exercises, very beginner friendly. Yeah, any type of athlete can benefit from this session. So please do join me. Right, okay, so the first one that we're going to start with is the 90-90 drill. So this one you've probably seen before. If you're a client of mine, I always program this in the movement prep. So you want to have 90 degrees in your front leg and 90 degrees in your back leg. Now we're going to do 2 variations of this. The first one, I just want you to make sure that you keep a nice open chest, like a tall, neutral spine. And then you're just going to hinge slightly, hinge, hinge, hinge. Find your end range there, which you'll feel in your glute. And then once you've achieved that, you're then just going to pop over to the other side by opening up your knees. Hopefully I'm still in frame. Okay. Okay, so keep the tall posture in the spine. Hinge. See, I can't go very far. I'm also a tight athlete as well. So hinge at the hips. Now, if you're finding it hard to move without your hands, you can pop your hands behind you. Just open up the knees there. Try and keep your feet where they are. And again, we'll just keep moving through. That's 3. Nice, slow. Move through the hips. 4. I like them edging closer. You'll probably feel that you can get deeper each time. 6, 7, last one. 7 and 8. Okay, so keep yourself in the 90-degree angle. Now, what I want you to think about with your back leg on this one is that you're going to open up the knee, lift your foot off of the floor, bring your heels together, little tap, and then back with minimal movement through your upper body. So try not to kind of go, whoo, swing it like this, okay? Try and keep your core nice and strong. So you raise up the knee, raise the foot, tap, back, and keep moving through that. I'm just holding myself up with my right hand, tap. You can gradually make those sort of circles a little bit bigger if you want to. Bring your foot up a bit higher. Last one, up, touch, and back. Okay, I'm just going to swap over to the other side. So, get your spine nice and tall. Raise your knee, foot, touch, meet the heels together, and back. 1, 2, 3. I do find I start leaning over a little bit. And it's perfectly normal to feel a little bit of like clicking through the hip. But if it becomes painful at any point, I've now lost count how many I've done. If it becomes painful at any point, you can regress this slightly by just opening up the knee, the back knee. Keep yourself nice and tall, and then you just open up the back knee until you gradually access that range. Okay? Okay, perfect. Right, on to our next one then. So this time you're going to have one foot out to the side. Okay, so you want the heel and the knee to be roughly in line. You don't want it too far forward or too far back. And then I'm going to sort of go onto all fours. I'm holding the mic, so I won't go onto all fours. But from here, you're going to try and keep your pelvis straight or neutral, and you're just going to rock yourself back, but keep the pelvis as neutral as you can. I'm going to move to the side so that you can see a little bit clearer. So we just rock ourselves back, try and keep the pelvis as neutral as you can. And then you can kind of push forward if you want to with it for a deeper stretch, but it's entirely up to you. So I'll show you from the side. Do the other side. Okay, so keep your core nice and strong here. Keep the pelvis straight or neutral, and then keep that position through the spine and push yourself back and forward. So what you'll often see is kind of this movement. Okay, so like kind of a bit too much movement through the spine, but we're trying to open up the hip, the adductors, the inner thigh. So try and keep the pelvis neutral. Keep working through your reps. I like to go a little bit further forward actually at the end, just to get that little extra. Okay, if you haven't already, you can kind of pause this video and do the other side. I haven't got a yoga mat, so my knees are starting to hurt a little bit. Okay, and then the fourth one for today is what I call the around the clock. So we're going to start off with the foot out to the side, and just again, like, try and keep your lower core nice and strong, your tailbone tucked in underneath you, not tucking yourself out, what I call a duck butt. So tuck yourself in, nice strong core. You're going to push out, keep this heel on the floor and your toes on the floor, push your knees out to the side and then back. Work it in a little bit further. Keep your foot firmly pressed into the ground. Work it in a bit further. Start feeling the stretch in the hip flexor, the back leg as well. And then once you get to the front, really try and get through the hip flexor. Again, I'm going to show you from the side in a minute. So I'm just working myself back again. Try and keep that posture through the pelvis. I do the other leg, showing you from the side. What I don't want to see is this. Okay, so no sticking out the butt. Try and keep your tailbone tucked in, nice strong core, lower core. I push myself to the side. Quite good for the ankles as well, this one. Bring it in. Keep that strong posture through the core and the pelvis. Really feel my back leg. My hip flexor is very tight. Keep breathing through it. And I would usually go back and forth around 3 times for that one. Okay, awesome. So it was kind of a follow along, kind of not, but hopefully you can just pause the video and work through in your own time. You don't have to do it in the same pace that I'm doing it. If you've got any questions, just let me know. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little mobility video. Unfortunately, this will be the last one with this view, but I'm sure there'll be more views to come. Have a lovely day, everyone.